Hang on a second. There we go. And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world, ex-truck driver. It's Bitcoin Ben. Please take a second, like, subscribe, and give a little love to your chubby closest friend, Mr. Bitcoin Ben. Thank you. Remember, chubby people need love too. So love the chubby guy. Awesome. Now, there's so much news. There's so much news. Number one, I just have to say this. All right. Last week, I did a video explaining how the CEO of Blackrock was red-pilled. And I'm pretty sure it was in the headline of my video. Blackrock CEO red-pilled. Because I had talked with friends of mine up in New York who knew of it very closely. Well, looky here, folks. All of a sudden, now the U.S. government is investigating Blackrock. Wait a second. I thought that Blackrock was buddies with the U.S. government. Well, see, they were. I'll be honest. Blackrock, for years, bad company. But Blackrock, like a lot of other entities, were not agenda bad, right? What I mean by agenda bad, like they didn't have this, let's take over the world. They weren't Hans Weimer or whatever the hell his name is. The dude who dresses up like the bad guy of every James Bond movie that ever existed, right? That guy is bad. Klaus Schwab. Yep. See, the CEO of Blackrock it is just a businessman. He follows trends. See, a businessman, a CEO, is a trend follower, right? They follow the growth of industry. That's what Blackrock is. BlackRock sees where the money's flowing and then tries to get ahead of it. That's what BlackRock does. It's an investment company. See, and when you're the most successful and largest investment company in the world, holding $9 trillion worth of investment capital. You're pretty good at getting in front of trends. BlackRock and the CEO of BlackRock has been red-pilled, or shall we say red-pilled and orange-pilled. He has been Michael Saylor, and now he understands what's going on. If you understand what's going on in the bond market with interest rates, then you understand that the Federal Reserve has lost control of the interest rates. They've lost control of manipulating the economy. See, and what we have going on in is it Nigeria or Niger? Like, they just had a military coup against the government that was put in place by the global elites. This is a huge deal, right? The reason it's a huge deal is because we have, right? Yeah, they kicked the French out of the country. And not only kicked the French out, told the French, yeah, you ain't getting none of your gold. You ain't getting nothing. My friends, if you know history, and on the last hour of this show, this is going to be a 2-hour show, we're going to talk about it, folks. We're on the precipice of World War III, right? And when I say World War III, I don't mean boom boom. I mean digital war. This is about to go nuclear digital. There's a reason why the feds put out the message that, hey, some weird stuff might start happening. Well, let me give you an example of some weird stuff. There's a 7-Eleven right down the road from my house. Now, my wife ran out of milk. My wife's an avid cereal eater in the morning. So, as her loving, chubby husband, it is my job to make sure my wife has milk for her morning cereal. So, I put on my Superman cape last night and flew over to 7-Eleven. First, I tried Publix. They were closed. So I went over to 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, big sign on the window, cash only. Cash only. Why is there a counter? Cash only. Now, luckily for me, I had some cash in my wallet. Go inside, walk over and go, what's up with the cash only? Oh, our point of sale system is down nationwide. Won't be back up for 2 days. Huh? Oh, yeah. Nationwide. All the 7-Elevens and some other gas station that 7-Eleven owns nationwide out for 2 days. So 7-Eleven can't accept credit cards right now, only cash. So now they're not the only ones using that point of sale. You have to understand what's going on, folks. We are slowly moving into a bad part of this. Right? Cliff High has explained this very well. That we are going into a dark place for a while. See, the global elites are in deep trouble. They have Germany in a full out, almost depression. They're getting their ass handed to them over in Ukraine. You have all of these countries, including El Salvador. See, El Salvador, when us crypto people, when us Bitcoin people talk about El Salvador, what we talk about is, oh, they're accepting Bitcoin. They're accepting this. You know, we're revolutionizing El Salvador using Bitcoin. All right. But what did the president do prior to all that? They arrested all of the bad guys. They rounded them all up and put them in prison. This includes government officials. They basically drained the swamp. And now they're rebuilding their country with Bitcoin. You want to know the future of America? Look at El Salvador. The savior. That's what El Salvador means. All right. The rest of the world is going to look a lot more like El Salvador than it does America right now in about a year. Because what is going on is we're reaching the point that El Salvador hit a few years ago. See, if you remember when the president of El Salvador won, Trump was happy. Trump was very happy. In fact, I'm pretty sure Trump congratulated him. Good job. Because, see, in order to save America, we have to save the world. It's no longer save America and, yeah, we're good. No. The deep state, the global elite, the global progressive movement was so strong that the globe realized they just had to take them out. See, the global elites are not smart. The global elites had a system that they were manipulating. That's it. Each generation of the globalists inherited a system that they then grew and continued to manipulate towards their ends, which is depopulation, currency manipulation, uh, government interference, all this. Well, now their system's collapsing under its own weight. See, the dirty little secret is this: not everyone in the swamp is a swamp creature. They just exist in a system. See, this is all a system, folks. The American Western system is the problem. The education. You notice how they always talk about the cost of education, but never point at the universities and say, hey, shrink. You guys need to, shrink. We're not giving you all these grants. See, college loans and college grants and all the money going to the universities, that's the funding mechanism for the progressive education system. The education system is part of the indoctrination system of America, of the system. See, before the Civil War, America wasn't a system. America was a decentralized republic of competition. Missouri would compete against Illinois. And it was a system of competition of power. Well, after the Civil War, that was being eroded and created into a system that was created through regulation and governmental interference to create the system we now live in. And that system, the only thing that gives it power is the money, the currency. See, that's why they kept taking away gold. Gold is money. Currency is the exchange of value, between individuals and entities. Currency can be anything. It can be water. It can, in jail, it's a pack of cigs or cigarettes. That's the currency. In America, it's been the dollar. But the money was gold, silver. And now, because the currency is labeled as the money, the country, the system, we've reached a point where the currency is so weak that it cannot support the public sector and the private sector. There isn't enough monetary value in the currency to support both. That was the job of the system. The fiat system is to devalue the currency eventually. It's systematic. It's in the code of fiat currency. So they knew that someday the dollar would die. They had to have a plan to transfer all that monetary value that they had stolen over the years into the next currency. Right? The next currency is Bitcoin, because they knew their system would fail. They just were creating the global system to roll into. That's what the rush was all about. Gotta have all electric cars by 2025. You know, for those of us old enough, the federal government never could set the direction of the economy. The federal government could never mandate that Ford, Chevy, anybody make a certain type of car. They didn't get that authority until the 70s, right? With a, I think it's called the cafe laws. It's where, due to emissions and safety standards, the federal government could then regulate seatbelts. See, the people in the old days who used to argue, oh, you can't write me a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt, kiss my ass. Those were drowned out by the stupid people who were like, oh, they just want you to be safe. No. Hearing aid doesn't use a hammer. It uses a thumbtack. That's what hearing aid does. It doesn't nail you to the cross all at once. It uses little thumbtacks. All right. I remember in St. Louis when they put up all the red light cameras. Well, we're trying to stop people from running red lights. Trying to save lives here, Ben. Damn it. Then they were found to be unconstitutional. And then they said, oh, all right. We won't write you tickets. Okay, well, take down the cameras. Oh, no. They're too entrenched in the surveillance system in St. Louis now. We use those to listen for gunshots. That's what they said. So wait, initially you said the cameras are for the safety to save our lives from running red lights. So you could issue tickets. Now you're saying you can't take the cameras down because they're listening for gunshots. Number one, why the hell didn't you tell us the cameras had microphones? If you're watching for red light runners, do you need microphones to see if they're running red lights? It's the progressive movement. It's the whole idea of it's why they went after cigarettes. Well, that's actually two agendas, right? You want to know one of the main reasons that they went after cigarettes? Not because of what you think, not because of cancer, not because they was looking out for you, not because of any of that. Cigarettes line your lungs with a layer of tar. If you're going to release a virus into the population, the virus needs to attach to the lungs. Google how many smokers got the coronavirus. I've never had the coronavirus. Ever. Right? Now, I'm not saying cigarettes are healthy, but that was part of it. See, my friends, we have been under attack for 125 years. It's just been a slow attack. And each generation was normalized. Bingo. Every smoker I know never got COVID. Yep. You know why? Number one, there's a lining of tar on our lungs and nicotine. Nicotine kills the spiked protein. It shocks it. Nicotine has a positive charge. COVID is killed by nicotine. Okay, now, those of you watching on YouTube, I may have said too much already, but that's okay. I'm dropping YouTube, and we are going strictly over to Rumble for the most, popular uh, open platform would be Rumble. So those watching on YouTube, click the link. We will continue live on Rumble and our other platforms. And by the way, here's a word from the sponsor.
Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
And we're back. Let me drop YouTube real quick. Everyone on YouTube, go over to Rumble. The link's under here. Oh, there we go. Okay, now let's continue. By the way, I'm drinking. Now, this is not what I'm drinking. I'm just using the bottle. My business partner